Hey guys, I just got to ride the new Kawasaki Teryx KRX 1000, and let's address the elephant in the room. It's not turbo, but put that aside because I was extremely impressed with the unit. Some of the things I was really impressed with was, one, I'm 6'5", and there was ample leg room, arm room. It was just really well designed ergonomically, so I felt really comfortable inside the vehicle, and fit and finish is second to none. And I was also extremely impressed with the way the suspension worked. It absorbed the small bumps and the big bumps all at the same time. Just delivering a really excellent ride. So really pumped on that. You got a 68, I think 68.5-inch wheelbase on the width. And so that gave me a lot of extra stability, and also because it's a longer unit than its competition, it didn't buck around as much. So that was really nice as far as that stability over the bumps and chop. Super impressed with this vehicle and some of the features on it. So it has a 31-inch tire, so it rolled over the bumps super well. One of the cool features I thought was just really excellent was actually it's a low power setting. And so we'd crawl up to something, throw it in low power setting, throw it in low gear and four-wheel drive, and even in some scenarios four-wheel drive lock. And man, that low power setting just really took it to where instead of being really jerky like a lot of these side-by-sides are, it was extremely smooth, and it always kept that power to the ground, so you always had that traction over all those rocks and stuff. It didn't bounce around and jerk around like you're used to. And especially in the crawling scenarios, it's really well designed for being able to see out of it. You're able to see over the dash nicely. You're also able to see out of the side corners and over the edges of the vehicle on the side and over the doors. So you're always able to get a visual on the tires, and so that was nice to be able to pick your line. So back here we have the Fox Podium 2.5 shocks. We got a dual spring rate, so we got low speed and your high speed as well. So that's gonna be able to help you crawl over the smaller bumps and also take your bigger impacts as well. Another cool feature here is that we have 14.5 inches of ground clearance. So you're gonna be able to crawl over stuff and not worry about scraping as bad. Another cool feature is that we have full coverage underneath this thing. So some of the stuff that you're gonna be upgrading on a lot of other units is already upgraded on this out of the factory. Kawasaki chose 15-inch rims with bead locks on them for this, which is really cool because not a lot of stuff in its class will have that. That's usually a feature that you're gonna have to upgrade as well. So 31-inch tires, again, a large tire choice. So that's gonna be able to, that larger circumference is gonna roll over obstacles easier and also absorb your smaller impacts nicely as well. Up front, we have a double wishbone setup. With I believe 18 inches of travel on the front, and we have 21 inches of travel on the rear, with a trailing link system. They call it a 4-point system on that. So one of the unique features about this that's really cool is that it's built in such a way that whenever it is compressed, it doesn't do any camber or toe changes that are going to upset the vehicle. So it retains a really straight line when driving. Really neat with that. And you can definitely tell when you're driving the thing because it doesn't start getting all excited through bumps and start getting sideways on you, which also is a perk to having the longer wheelbase as this one has. One of the things that you'll notice on this vehicle is that the tires are at the very front of the vehicle and the very rear. So as far as your approach and departure angle to obstacles, it's 90 degrees. So this thing can literally climb a wall. Super cool with that. We have full doors, auto style doors with armrest, cup holders in the passenger side. This thing's got 5 cup holders in it. Pretty cool there. You have 6 inches of adjustability on your seats. So very nice with that. Get that to roll back. Steering adjust. You got a nice display up here. One of the really neat features with the display is that it actually does keep track of the temperature of your CVT. So that way you can tell if you're over driving it and you need to let it cool off a minute. So really neat with that. Like I mentioned earlier, we've got easy line of sight out of the unit. You're able to look over the hood easily. You're able to look over the corners of the fender. You're also able to look out the door easily and be able to retain that line of sight. Whereas a lot of things, you're either stuffed in this unit, you have no leg room, but you have great line of sight, or you have great leg room, but you're so low down in the unit that you can't see out of it. They really found a way to be able to take both of those things into consideration, and also your comfort. It's a really comfortable unit to drive, and super fun, super playful. I'm extremely excited about this unit. As far as speed goes, it was all there for speed and throttle, so it's definitely a fun, playful unit, and definitely doesn't lack anything in the power department. And I'm super pumped that Kawasaki finally came out with a side-by-side that is in the sport market. And I think a lot of people have thought, you know, they're just bringing a unit in just to bring a unit to play, but that's not the case. They've been sitting back and watching the competition and taking notes, you know, seeing what's going right, what's going wrong, and everything they got right, they got really, really right. And so far I don't have any complaints about the unit, and you know, they definitely did their homework, and I'm excited to see, you know, what all they're going to come out with next for this thing. And I definitely think it's going to be a top contender in its class. It definitely has the specs to do it, and it's got the Kawasaki brand behind it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.